Hello, Indiana Virtual. The purpose of this video is to provide additional information on the assignment for lesson 0303 Mendel. On this assignment, you are going to survey at least 20 people to identify whether they exhibit dominant or recessive traits for a list of given features. You will write up a short report including the following sections: data, observations, calculations, and analysis and conclusion. Okay, here we have 3 links. We have the instructions, we have the assignment template, and we have the grading rubric. Okay, so let's open our instructions and start to figure out what we're going to do. Okay, so first says data. Says to survey at least 20 people to find out what traits they have for each of the features below. Tally the numbers for each trait and record those totals in each column. Okay, now one note to keep in mind. It said the survey can include family, friends, or images from media. Okay, ideally you are documenting traits from biological family members, but I realize that's not always possible. So it's completely fine to document traits from your friends, from your neighbors, and if all else fails, just pull up some images online. Document whatever famous person you're looking at and whatever features they may or may not have. Okay. Either way, you're documenting information from 20 people, no matter who those 20 people are. Okay, says when completing the survey, be sure to include yourself as one of the individuals surveyed. We also would like to have you include at least one set of parents and the offspring in the individuals you survey. So what the directions is really implying here is that you're getting one family, a mom, a dad, and kids. Again, I realize that's not necessarily possible. Not everyone lives with their biological parents, or maybe you don't talk to your mom or your dad. So it's okay for you to record any 20 people. I'm not concerned if the information is coming from biological family members or not. So, okay. So if you can record biological family members, that's great. If not, find some friends, some neighbors, or just pull up pictures online. Okay, document the features of each family or of each member of the family you surveyed within the data table, and also make special note of those features in the observations section of your report. This information will be important when you are writing your conclusion. Okay, so the traits we're going to look at are these here. We're going to look at earlobes, whether a person has free or attached earlobes. We're going to look at hair on their knuckles, which means do they have hair present between the second and third knuckle of their fingers, or is there no hair present there? Okay, we're going to look at a widow's peak. A widow's peak when hair sometimes comes to a point on their forehead, or if it's straight across. Texture, if a person's hair is curly or straight, and chin shape, if a person has a cleft chin or no cleft chin. Okay, so those are the features we're looking at. If you're not sure what any of those mean, just do a Google search for an image. What are free earlobes? What are attached earlobes? Okay, I have attached earlobes because my earlobe goes straight into my head. A free earlobe means you actually have an earlobe that hangs down. So I do not have a widow's peak. I have a straight hairline across. So maybe that gives you a couple of examples, but you can also just do a Google search on any of those. Okay, then you're going to have the data table in which you document this information. And then we have a calculation section where you are going to calculate what is the percentage of the people that you surveyed, of the 20 people, what percentage had free earlobes, what percentage had attached earlobes, what percentage had hair between the second and third knuckle, or no hair between the second and third knuckle. Okay, so we'll continue on to document that, and then you have 7 analysis and conclusion questions. Okay, so here's the assignment template for this activity. And like always, I copy pasted this document into a Google Doc for you. So I'm going to switch over to the Google Doc so you can see exactly where you're going to record this information if you are choosing to use the handouts that I am providing for you. Okay, so we'll open the data collection and analysis template here. All right, so the first thing I have for you is the data table. And here's where you are going to record or document this information for your 20 people. Okay, now what's already listed on here, it says father, mother, you. If you don't get information from your dad or your mom, just eliminate that, put you as number 1, and then put whoever the people are after that, following 2 through 20. And like I said, they do not have to be family members. They can be your neighbors. It could be your grandma, your grandpa, your aunts, uncles, cousins. Maybe they're just friends at school in your class. However, okay, for earlobes, you're going to document whether they're free or attached. Hair on the knuckles, either a yes or a no. Widow's peak, or straight hairline. Curly hair, straight hair. Cleft chin or no cleft chin. Okay, then our next data table is you're going to tally those up. How many people had the free earlobes? How many people out of the 20 had the attached earlobes? How many people had the hair between their second and third knuckle? How many people did not? And so on. Okay, now the next thing here is we have our calculations of our data section. Okay, and here's our formula. Okay, what we are going to do is calculate, of our 20 people, how many had free earlobes? How many had hair between the second and the third knuckle? Okay, so for example, let's just say that we had 10 people with free earlobes. Okay, so in calculating our percentage with free earlobes, we would have 10 divided by 20, because we have 20 people total. So 10 divided by 20, and then we're going to multiply that by 100 to figure out what our percentage is. So 10 divided by 20 is 0.5, 1/2. We multiply that by 100, and that gives us 50%. Okay, so of the 20 people that we observed, that we documented data for, 50% had free earlobes. Okay, now knowing that, we automatically know the percentage for attached earlobes. If we had 50% of our people had free earlobes, then automatically 50% of our people had attached earlobes. Okay, so there's your little formula. The number of people with the trait divided by 20 people total times 100 gives you your percentage. Okay. All right, then after that, you have some analysis and conclusion questions. And typically, the Buzz program directions ask that you type this up in paragraph format, but I'm fine if you just want to space down a little bit and put your answer right there below each question. That works out well too, helps me see that you've answered each question, and it helps you see that you've answered each question. Okay, so I hope this little tutorial helped in what you need to do on this lesson. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. Okay, bye guys.